This mythology, saga, and sound system we talk about. The sound system means that it's one sound to actually tell all the story. And when we have been figuring out that sound, we can think the story all ourselves. So we don't need anybody to teach it. It's only to find one system, how it works. And to make it more clear, the whole thing, we can see this ball where we stay on, and we can divide this ball in one top, one north pole, and one south pole. So actually we have the pole and the ball. The top of the pole is one ringland, and in this ringland is this Aasär. The Aas people live inside in the ringland Udenmaa, on the top of the ball around the pole. So the pole is the middle point of the ringland Udenmaa. Now the ringland, we can also put it in something called hexagram. And hexagram we see very often in the bathroom, where you can see the floor is made in hexagram, so all these pieces is falling together. When you make rings and put all the rings together, there always become one space between the rings. But when you make it in hexagram, the all pieces fall together. So that means that we have one hexagram in the top of the planet. Around this hexagram, we have 6 other hexagram who fall in the corners in the middle hexagram. That means we call the middle ringland Udenmaa, and around the middle ringland, we have 6 other ringlands. Outside of these 6 other ringlands, we have again ringlands who fit in the hexagram. That means that all this ball was divided like one football today, but also the leather pieces very usually are cut in the hexagram, who make that what normal football today looks like the hexagram ball. This ball we live on was divided in. Inside in Udenmaa is living the Aas people. And outside of the ringland Udenmaa live the Vaan people. So we divide these 2 languages from the paradise time in 2. We have the Aas language and we have the Vaan language outside of Udenmaa. The whole mythology is based on this pole, and the pole is also much symbolic. From the pole come the sperm, from the pole come the life, so we can call it the life water, and we can call it also the wise water, where the life comes from. Now, the Aas language was one original language, what is the base on this sound system. And the sound system is 9 clear sound we have in our brain. We have A, E, I, U, I, A, E, I, U, I, O, Ä, Ö. A, E, I, E, A, E, I, E, A, U, I, U, I, U, I, O, Ä, Ö, Ö, Ä, O. So they are 9 together. A, E, I, U, I, O, Ä, Ö. The rest of the sounds is combined usually with E. And E is the big oak tree. The symbolic tree over all sperm what exists. It's one tree called the oak tree with the ollon, the fruit of the oak tree. So actually every man has the ollon, what is the fruit of the oak tree. And from this oak tree, everybody born, all girls and boys. So we can see it in one enormous sperm tree we are all coming from. Yeah? And that's the E sound. So we have A, E, I, U, I, O, A, Ö, and combinations with E, we have B. What is B and E? C. What is S, E, C? A, B, C. D is D and E. D, D. A, B, C, D, E. It's E by itself, the sound E. So E, between E, we have A, B, C, D, E, and E is this oak tree by itself. After we come to E, F. And in F, the E is on the other sound. A, B, C, D, E, F. So now the E is on the other side. If you compare it to the E's from before in B, C, and D, E and F. And after we come to G, it's G, E, G, E, and this A is also in G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After we have from H to K, no E. H, E, J, K. There is no E. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And after we come again to one E, L, L, E, U, M, E, U, N, and U. And U is one of these clear sounds, of course. So we have A, E, I, U, U, O, A, Ö. So we go again A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, U, P, E, E, P. And now we combine out A is K and U, Q, Q, Q. And after we come to A, R, R, A, R, 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 E, S, E, S, S, T, E, T, E, T, E, T. It's one clear sound. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. And from U we have V, V and E, V. And V is the end of the ring because we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, A, B, C, D, or V, I, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, I, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, I. But outside of this ring we have X, Y, C, Ta, O, A, Ö. So from there we can see we have a natural sound which is combined with 9 clear sound, combined with E, what is the oak tree, and we have from H to K no E, but also U and R is without E. So in the natural sound the E is very important. Now all these sounds has associations in root. And we start with A, and A is Ukka, Akka, and Asar. No, to go, we must anyway know that we have Ukko, Akka, Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo, and Aino. And they are the 8 powers what exist in the mythology. So the mythology has ideal figures, and these ideal figures are based on 8. Ukko, Akka, Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo, Aino. Yeah. So only these 8 figures is building up whole this enormous system. This 8 figure has also in root other names. They are Gubben, Gumman, Balder, Svanen, alltså Ers, Maj, Frej, Freja. So Sampo Aino is Frej, Freja, Ers, Maj is Seppo, Maija, Balder Svan is Lemminkäinen Joutsen, and Gubbe Gumma is Ukko Akka. So we have exact 8 names for the root in the Ash speaking group, and the same 8 power for the Van people. And the Van people is just this Ukko Akka, Lemminkäinen Joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo, and Aino. And now the A go for Ukko, Akka. So the highest woman is A, and the highest man is A, and the highest Aser in paradise time was also marked with the A. After we come to B is Borg. Bu, R, G. Bu, R, G, Borg. B is also Ekensborg. Because B is B and E is the Ek, so it becomes Ekensborg. B. B means also that you are as king in root. I can be something, and I can be somebody bring something, or I can be somebody tell something. So be means also that you ask somebody for something. Or be. A, B, and after we come to C. And C is the C sound. C means share, ra. You share the ra, you divide the ra in the C. So the C sound is C and E, what becomes Ekens C. And from there come also C, Pu, the Seppo, the king. C, Pu, Udenspole, Pu. Yeah? A, B, C, D means the D. And D means actually when one child is taking milk from the mother, this child is D, the mother. So D means the same like sucking. You suck the milk, you D the milk. But D is also the dog, what means the light. A, B, C, D. A, Aser, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, dog, E, Ek. And Ek is this enormous sperm tree, the oak tree where all people born from. It's Ek in Hindi, number 1. And Ekmons is the Tammi ku in Van language. Tammi means oak tree in Van language. So is the oak tree month is the first month. The Ek month. The Ek month. The E. A, B, C, D, E. And after we come to F. And F is the frö, the seed. And it's very large, the F. F is Freya. Freya means the first boy and girl. They all come from F, from the frö. So frö also means seed, and F also means sperm, where everybody born from. From the E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And G means the grund. So ground is giving, because G is also Ekens grund, G, and G is the ground, grund. G, grund. A, aser, B, borg, C, kära, D, dag, E, ek, F, frö, G, grund, H, hell. And hell is the center of Odenma. Hell is the center of the Ringland. Hell is the center of the pole, and the pole is Valhalla. Hell has 7 hills with 7 temples. Hell has 7 islands. Hell is usually divided into 7, what means actually the number of hell and good. Hell. A, asa. B, borg. C, kära. D, dag. E, ek. F, frö. G, grund. H, hell. E, it's actually the prick of Lemminkainen, and the point on the E is the North Star. Now every man has also one E, and from the E come the children. The E is very high. E is also many times female is using the E, exactly in the porkala. So E is very large. And from the E come the North Star, and the North Star is the where people born from. So the E you can see as one prick, and the spot on this prick is the E. Yeah. A, aser, B, borg, C, kära, D, dag, E, ek, F, frö, G, grund, H, hell, I, jarlar, J. And jarlar is from the 3 caste inside in the ringlands outside of Odenma, the jarlar, the highest caste. J. And J means also Jiva, Jivare, Givande, or J means also giving. Jag ger, giva, giva. Is in the sound has to do with giving thing. Gi, it is Jarla, and Jarla was giving. The highest caste was giving. A, serbe borg sig kära det dag, eke fröge grund på hell, j, jarlan, k, kar, lar. And kar, lar is the middle caste of the 3 castes in the Ringland. And we have kar, kvinnor, and kar, men. So it's one caste with men and kvinnor, women and men are kar. And kar caste are the middle caste of the 3. A, aser, B, borg, C, kära, D, dag, E, ek, F, frö, G, grund, H, hell, I, J, jarlar, K, karlar, L, lag. L means one lag where many people are together, like one football lag. So it means one team, and also lag means the law, what we are creating in one team, one lag, law and logic. So these 3 lag, law, lag, logik, or logiskt lag has to do with the sound L And you find it in many, many combinations. It's very strange, very often, this L, but when you go through it many times, you come in the end to one picture what this L means in the thinking, in the brain. Aser beborg sig kära det dag i ek fröge grund på häll j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne. And måne means the moon. Måne. It's called ku in van. Ku, orden skarar, ku, måne, moon. And the queen and king is representing the moon, moon. Ku, måne, måne. Aser beborg sig kära det dag eke fröge grund på häll j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne en nordkärnan en nordkärnan en means the North Star. And from the North Star, children is born. Aser beborg sig kära det dag. Aser beborg sig kära det dag i ek fröge grund på häll j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne en nordkärnan Oden. And Oden is the highest sound, and U is one ring. So when you see one ring, you actually can see the U sound in that ring mark. But today we very often can see also the O. So it's always to turn it in the brain and see if it probably has been O or U before, because in U and O they've been changing much in the system we have today from the ring U sound. U is Oden, U is the sun, and Oden is also the lightning, Oden is the fire, Oden is the sperm, and Oden is also the gold who reflect the light of the sun. So Oden is the sun, Oden is the lightning from the thunder, Oden is the fire, and Oden is the sperm where everybody born from, and also gold who is reflecting the light of Oden without to be dark or nasty or anything. So the gold material is very important as a symbolic material whose reflection of sun is reflected by the gold. Aser beborg sig kära det dag i ek fröge grund på häll j jarlar k karlar l lag m måne en nordkärnan Oden p Polen. And Polen is the North Pole, is the pole where the sperm come from, and Ekens pole you find in many, many combinations, and this pole has also for the female a very, very important part. Very often we men see the pole that we have the pole, but the P in the sound system has exactly the same meaning also for the female, to be the P Ekens pole, or pole. Aser beborg sig kära det dag eke fröge grund på häll j jarlar k karlar l lage måne en nordkärnan Oden p Polen Q kvadrat. And Q has to do with the kvinna. The queen is always written with Q, and it's one ring with one pole in the middle with one shadow. And that's the mark of the Q. Aser beborg det dag. Aser beborg A, Asar, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, E, Ek, F, Ö, G, Grund, H, Häll, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, Kvadrat, R, Ra. And Ra is in the sperm, but Ra is also in the mahla. A, Asar, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, E, Ek, F, Ö, G, Grund, H, Häll, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, Kvadrat, R, Ra. In Ra, the Ä sound is the female, and R sound is the masculine. In R, but both means Ra. So is actually also Ra in that way, like R is the masculine Ra. Asarbi Borsi Kära de Dag Eke Fröke Grund H Häll I Jarlar Kokalare Lage Måne Nordstjärnan Oden P Polen Q Kvadrat R Ra S solen. And solen is the sun who give all these strålar for us. And solen is also Oden. But S is different than O because it's two sound. But both are solen. So means the mouth and le means the smile. So means the mouth and le means the smile. So solen means one smiling mouth. Asar, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, E, Ek, F, Ö, G, Grund, H, Häll, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, Kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen, T, Tor. And Tor's symbol is the heart, and you have heart, friends, and whole Tor. We was divided in Tor before, 2 women Tor, 2 men Tor par, and Tor par I. And we have an whole cast, the car cast, called Torpari still today in Finnish, from this old Tor, the heart. A, Asar, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, E, Ek, F, Ö, G, Grund, H, Häll, I, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, Kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen, T, Tor, ursprung. And ursprung means the original. Something ursprung is from fontaine, example. It's whole symbolic of and ursprung is actually the origin of the first. We can see the Freya born from the ursprung. Example. Ja. A, Asar, B, Borg, C, Kära, D, Dag, E, Ek, F, Ö, G, Grund, H, Häll, I, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, Kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen, T, Tor, ursprung, and that was the end, and after come X, and X means that it belonged to the oak tree. Its eggs is belong to the oak tree. Y is the female tree, the all living tree of all life, and it's called Yggdrasil. And Y is most female because it's all living tree, and the life anyway come out from the womb in this Yggdrasil tree. Yeah. X, Y, and C, ta, means that you take the C. And it has one deeper meaning, seta, seta. And O is masculine, O is one A with one moon, Ä is feminine, Ä is one A with 2 points, and Ö is both feminine and masculine, and it's one U with 2 points. So the whole alphabet is one stav script, one script of stav and circle, So you start with A is 2 stab and 1 middle stab. B is 1 stab with 2 half circle parts. C is 1 half circle. D is 1 stab with 1 half circle. And like that, whole this alphabet you can divide in stab, script, who come out from the stab, and they're part of circles. And that's the masculine way of writing. But the female way is called slinga, S-linga, slinga. And it means that when something slinga is the female way of writing, when the masculine is writing this style. So there is even 2 writing systems, one for the masculine and one for the feminine. But of course we can use each other's writing system. No problem. So this is this alphabet, and it make one story I asernas borg. Se dagen, ekens frös grund häll. I jarlarnas karlarnas lag. Månen, Nordstjärnan, Oden, Polen, kvadraten. Ras, sol, torn. Ursprungets svanar I asernas borg. Borg se dagen ekens frösgrund häll, I jarlarnas karlarnas lag. Månen, Nordstjärnan, Oden, Polen, kvadraten. Ras, sol, tor. Ursprungets svanar I asernas borg. Etc., etc. So inside in the sound system is one association system that we can say poo, and poo means Oden's pole, because P is pole and U is U. So when you say poo, so together become Oden's pole. Poo means also in one language one tree, like one living tree, one poo. We have su, what means the mouth in one language, su. And su is Oden's sol, because U is Oden and S is sol, so su together become Oden's sol. So we have pu, su, but we can take ku, and ku means moon in one language, ku, but it's Oden's kar, because U is Oden and K is karar, so from Oden's kar. Now from H to K is no E, and that means actually that you offer from K up to hell in the offer system what was existing in the paradise time. Piruett, roos ett, jarl ett, kar ett, trän ett. Ett means number 1 in root, and it means also your family tree. Today, one et means the family. So one et has also always one head of the et today. With piruet, roset, jarlet, karlet, trädet is before ice time, and there we have Udenma in the middle of the pole, and inside we have piruet and roset. And outside of Udenma we have jarl et, kar et, and trän et. The whole mythology has these 8 power, but from them 6 are more important at the moment for the breeding system, and that means we have one figure called Lemminkäinen. And Lemminkäinen, he has one lem, and with this lem means he's a brick, what he makes children with is the lem, and E is the E. What lem and E actually is the same. Lem E-N is the North Star. Lem E-N, Lemminkäinen. N-A-N, Lemminkäinen is the breeder. So he is the symbol of the van father symbol. Lemminkäinen. Lemminkäinen is taking the most beauty and healthy woman from the Van woman, and she become the S-Va, the Svan. And swan is called joutsen in Van language. So we have Lemminkäinen joutsen. When Lemminkäinen become 27 years, he get the title Lemminkäinen, and he take the most beauty and healthy Van woman, and she become the joutsen. And joutsen getting from Lemminkäinen's sperm 7 daughters and 12 boys. The first daughter, who become 27 years old, she representing the moon, and the first son, who become 27 years, he representing the moon. The first son and first daughter get the name Seppo and Maja, Seppo, Maja. So Seppo and Maja is the first daughter and first son who become 27 years old from the children of the joutsen, the swan, who get the children from the sperm of Lemminkäinen. Now, from the first son, we have 10 boys called 10 tin ti u. 10 tin ti u. All these sounds is included in these 10 boys between Seppo Ilmarinen and the new Lemminkäinen, who, when he became 27, the 12th son, he become Lemminkäinen, and Lemminkäinen taking the joutsen, joutsen getting 12 sons and 7 daughters, the first daughter representing moon, the first son representing moon, but Lemminkäinen is representing the sun. So the sun has to do with children making. Yeah. When we get a new Lemminkäinen, the Lemminkäinen from before become Ukko. And when we get one new swan, one new joutsen, the new become the swan, we get one new akka. So akka has been joutsen before, but when akka's 12th son become 27, joutsen become the akka. Same with Lemminkäinen, when his first son is 12th son is 27, Lemminkäinen become Ukko. So Ukko and Akka is actually the grandfather and the grandmother symbol. Then Lemminkäinen and Joutsen are the father and mother symbol. And Seppo Maija is the king and the queen. They are representing Ku. And Ku is Uden skarar, K and U. Ku means the moon, Måne, what represented by Seppo and Maija, by Ers and Mai. Now Seppo is Aser, and Maija is Tar. The women are Tar in the Van language. So Seppo is Ku, Ning, As. Kuningas Seppo Ilmarinen and Kuningatar Maija. Kuninga Ukko Akka Aser and Tar Kuningatar Maija and Kuningas Seppo. Seppo and Maija representing the Ku, the moon, Måne. Måne in root, moon in English, and Ku in Van language. So now Lemminkäinen is the father symbol. But Lemminkäinen doesn't make only children with his swan, he make also children with one woman called Di-sa. And Di means is dog or is Di, and Sa means asana soul, and Sa means also get. So Di-sa means that she get Di in 30 days before the man put in the sperm. This Disa, she gets from Lemminkäinen's sperm daughters or sons. If the boy become big as a breeder, a children maker, he become one raw bee in one ringland. Here, bee, we have bees also. The bee go from the flower to flower and drink nectar. And he has a ra, so he is a ra bee. And a ra bee we call in one language ma herra. Ma herra. So every ringland outside of Udenma has one ma herra. Every ringland outside of Udenma has one ra bee, and Rabi and Maherra is same person, and both is born from Lemminkäinen's sperm. Yeah. Now, in all ringlands around the planet, where is no water, of course, but where is land, in the ringlands is Jarl ett, Kar ett, Träl ett. And now the Rabbi is making the Jarl woman pregnant, coming out Jarl girls and Jarl boys. The Jarl men is making the Kar woman pregnant, coming out Kar girls and Kar boys. And the Kar men is making the Träl woman pregnant and coming out Träl girls and Träl boys. And the Träl men was not allowed to make children, so all Träls in the parad is ett time, pa asnas pole, ra asnas ra, paradis isdag, es paradis ett, piruet, ruset, jalet, kalet, trälet. So every Träl could say my father is Kar. Every Kar could say my father is Jarl. Every Jarl could say my father is Rabi Maherra. And every Rabi Maherra could say I am born from Lemminkäinen's sperm. And when Lemminkäinen become Ukko, everybody could say he comes from Ukko's sperm, because Ukko could say that his son are these rabbis in the ringlands, and the rabbis could say that the Jarls are my sons, and the Jarls could say the Kars are my son, and the Kar could say the Träl are my son. So in the sperm system, in this mythology shows that he had one Allfather based on the sperm system, that he really was the father to all people on the planet, the man on the North Pole, according to the Väinämöinen mythology from the south system. And that become pirouette, rousette. Pirouette is all the people who is born from one swan. Rousette is all the born from one Tisa. Jarlet, the born from one Rabi, and one Karet, Trenet. So in this sperm system, it is only the sperm who tell. Yeah. Now, in the children-making system, we had the system that the 13th of January of December is the loose use a loose Lucia dag, Lucia day, Sant a Lucia Sant means true, a Lucia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. It's a song from the Paradise Fund. 13th of December all women who was interned to be mothers had to see one dream. One dream of one hill where one woman dressed in one white dress with blue belt, with 7 candles in her crown. And all women who seen that dream, who was interned to be mothers, they could say in the morning, I saw the dream. But if they didn't want to be mothers, even when they was interned, they only said, I didn't. This is actually one of the most nicest parts in all these stories, isn't it? This dream. And it's the only dream of exists. The real woman who seen the dream, she had to choose the man to make her pregnant. And that's the day we call 24 in 12. The sun had to do with children making. And it's the sun's birthday, the day 25 in the morning. 24, 25 in the morning, and 12 is the day when the woman is choosing the man who will make her pregnant 6 months later on. The 24 in 6, sex, uusi, pine tree, granträd. 24 in 6. But before 24 in 6, we have 24 in 12, when the woman is choosing the man who stay on one pedestal. One pedestal, what we can see the statues today standing still in parks all over the planet. Before the men had to stay there, and the woman had to choose one quality man to be the father of the child. 24 in 5 start the hun I mun. Hun means female, I is the I, and mun means the same like one so. Uden sol, mun, moon, mun. So hun I mun means that the man is serving 30 days his sperm to her. And now the sperm go in her stomach. From the stomach, the sperm go to the blood. And the blood is pumped by the pump around in her body. And when this blood, who insists this sperm, passing her egg, it's prepare her egg to take the sperm when the man put in it. So the man was serving 30 days between 24 in 5 to 24 in 6 when the man was putting in the sperm. And that situation, the woman went on one field with green grass and many flowers. And they count all these 7 flowers together and they put them under the head. And they was waiting for the man to come to put in the sperm, who'd been giving to drink 30 days. 24, 6. And after all the children born, same time, in 1 week's time, all the women will take care about this year's children together. And that was the children making around time. The system of piruet, uuset, jaalet, kaalet, treelet is actually from the paradise et time. So to find it, it's to go more than 50 million years back in the history of this planet. 50 million, 10,008 years ago, happened that the pole was changing the position, and the whole galaxy system in the universe was changing. And in this changing, we get 10 tropical races more. Before we had only one race, one ras, one root, one root, one rotu, one root, become o, come rotu. And rotu means in one language, the race. So we had only one race in the paradise at time, because all this race come from Ukkos sperm. We had one offer system. But maybe to understand the offer system better, we have to go to one hill in Finland today called Pelivuori. And ky means in one language, every man has one ky, so the ky is also the E. And peli means when the man take out the sperm, it's peli. So ky peli means that he is making one peli with his ky and ended up that the sperm is coming out. That's called kyypeli, and vuori means the hill. And inside in kyypeli vuori is Lemminkäisen temppeli. Temppeli. And Lemminkäisen temple has one use up to 987 in the history up to date. 987 there was closing the Lemminkäisen temple. And Lemminkäisen temple has a function because the man had to give 30 days to drink to the woman before he put in the sperm. But Lemminkäinen is making children with all the disas. And now if all the disas should have been drinking from Lemminkäinen, they should have been drinking him completely empty. So now one rabbi in one of these ringlands, he get the big honor to come to Kyypelivuori, and there in one divan. D means same like sucking, asana soul, king, sucking, in one divan. And divan is one furniture. Yeah. Who has one side more up than the other. So now this rabbi, he is drinking in this temple from Lemminkäinen. And now his brain, this rabbi, is insist the sperm of Lemminkäinen. And now the rabbi give the disa 30 days to drink. And after 30 days drinking from this disa is bringing to one island outside of hell called Bock Landet. And there on Bock Landet are all these disor who already has been drinking 30 days. And the next island from Bock Landet is one island called Freyskär. Freyskär. And Freyskär has one hill called Bock Hill, and the Bock Hill is one tower. And in this tower is Lemminkäinen. And now he look out from his tower over the channel to the Bock Landet, and there he can look at all these girls who already been drinking 30 days. And after he has to go over the channel and take one of them and bring that girl to the tower and make her pray. And after he had to look out from the window for the next. So to be one Lemminkäinen is not really one ideal if you take to a boy today. You have such a job. It must have been quite heavy to have that obligation to the life. But now we find out it was one tem peli. Peli is when you take out the spur, and tem pär is the highest. Pär is ukko, pär. Tem pär ra, and we can get two. So we have tem peli. So tempeli means drinking sperm place. Yeah. Now we had before something called car, and car we can divide in two groups. By the men we have the se car and the man who is not se car. The man who is one car, he is one children maker. But the se car doesn't are in the children making system. He is the small little car who never become one children maker. He become one se car. So the se car is that man who was not enough quality to be one breeder. He become one se car. Yeah. So now, in the car, ne, wow. Car is car. Ne means ekens nordkärna. Ne is N is nordkärna and E is ek. So ne is ekens nordkärna. Kar ne. And val. Val means election. You can have president val. Kar ne val. Kar ekens nordkärna val. Kar ekens nordkärna val. Carnival. In the carnival, all the trail, the lowest caste, the pyrotrosetialet call it trail it. So the trail it is dancing in the carnival. So all these boys, now I take the boys' side, all the boys is dancing in the carnival, and this sea man, he is looking at the boys who is dancing. And now the sea is choosing 50 of these dancing boys. Straight away, when this one of these 50 has been chosen by the sea, all his friend is giving him to drink their sperm. So now in the end of the carnival, this trail, this lower caste man, he is offering in one offer lund, in one ri lehto. Ri lehto. Uhri lehto offer lund. The trail people is offering to the sea car their sperm. Yeah? Now the sea car is offering in the car belly. And ka means asarnaskara. Ka. Asarnaskara. Ka and peli. Kappeli. So now the sea car is offering to the jarl his sperm in one ka, asarnaskarar, peli. In one kappel. And the jarlar is offering in one ten peli to the rabbi. Now the rabbi has been drinking from his jarl in his temple hill, and every ringland has one temple hill, and every ringland has many kappeli, and many offerlund ukriletta. And in that way, the lowest caste has been offering to the middle caste, and the middle caste has been offering to the highest caste, the jarl, and the jarl is offering to the rabbi, and the rabbi is coming home to Udenma, and he go over the Verajamäen silta, the Grindbacka bro, And Grimbracka bro is the border between East and West Odenmark. Now the rabbis is coming down to hell with 7 hill and 7 temple. And in the 7 hill, in the 7 temple is this 10, the 10 boys between the first and the 12th. And now this 10, in the shoe, hell, ga, bergen. Sju, hell, ga, bergen. De 7 heliga bergen i hell. Now, all these rabbis who come from the ringlands in the paradise time, they are offering their sperm to the 10 boys of Ukko in the 7 temple in hell. And after that, they are offering to their father Ukko in Valhalla. Now Ukko's father has been drinking the sperm from his tentintiu. The tentintiu has been drinking the sperm from the rabbis all over the planet. And all the rabbis has at home in their ringland been drinking from the jarls in the tempeli. And the jarls has been drinking from the car in the car belly. And the car has been drinking from the tray in the offer lund, where the offer their sperm. In paradis et time. Ra and Ras, race, and root U, rotten. Root means the root, and the root of U is root U, and O become O, so come rotu. And rotu in Finnish means race. 50 million, 10,008 years ago, when this axle shift and the whole thing changed, we get now 10 tropical races and 1 arctical race. And this happened 50 million, 10,008 years ago. That means that the top of the planet become covered by ice, like one calotte, one hat, white hat of the gold. And the Gulf Stream made it so it could exist for outside this period, where inside in the ice was staying the pirouette rosette family. But outside of the ice become 10 different kings. And now we come to the king system. Because when in this original system, the family has 1 breeder and 1 king and 1 queen. The breeder by itself, he is the father, but the king and queen is not father and mother. In this principle that if you have own children, you are completely different to your surrounding than if you have no children by yourself. So still up to 1950s in Finland, the teacher had no right to have children because in that case she concentrated on her own children. But now if she don't have own children, she give all the feeling to the people around her, the others' children. So before in paradise time, we had 1 who was the king of the family and 1 who was the breeder of the family. But when we come after paradise time to the 10 different tropical kings, they are without different breeder and king. It means the same person is king and breeder. And from them we have the P king. And P means wooden, P means the circle, P means ispole. And from ispole come the spurs. So Peking is the king of Peking, what we call China today. This Chinese king, he was also allfather to all these people who has these special eyes who we still today can see from the people of Peking. And the Peking people has also one different prick head than that. Then the next one is the Narkasun people, who is in Hindi style. And there is where we are now. And best take it out, they are all 10 exactly the same, but that means that Narkasun, he is the king by himself, he is the Rama. Narkasun, he take one beauty and healthy woman, and she becomes Sita. And she is the sound of children making, or children. Se is the offering sound, but Si is the children making sound. So Sita, she take the Si, and Sita is the female for Rama, Rama Sita, what means Narkasul with his crown prince mother. So it became one et where the first son always inherited the father's head when the head dies. That's the king system. So the first son of Narkasul become crown prince or crown follower. When the second, third, fourth, fifth, etc., all become Ma, Ha, Ra, Di, and Ah. Maha means that they have the Ma. Maha means that the Maharaja have the Maha, and he has also the Ra, Mahara. And D is when you take out it, Maharadi and A. So the Maharadiya, the Maharaja, is the son of Narkasun. The Maharaja is the same, like one Ravi. The Maharaja's son is called Radiya, because they have no Ma. So they are only Radia, Raja. And the Raja's children are Kar. And the Kar's children are Ga, Ti, means giving tea. Ga asnas grund, and Ti is Tur, Gati. And the Gati's father is the Kar. The Kar's father is the Raja. And the Raja's father is the Maharaja. And the Maharaja's father is the Narkas Sul. Narkasul, he has his center in Puu, S-Kar, Puskar. Puu is Udenspole, where the sperm comes from Udenspole, Puu. S is the sun, and Kar, because from Ho to Ko. Kar. Puu, S-Kar, in Hin, Di, Stan. And we have Hin Gode and Hin Unde. And Hin Di, and we probably offer for Hin. Maybe Hin Hole, or Hin Gode, or Hin Di Stan. Stan means center. We can also walk into the Stan still today in the north, where this language comes. So Hindi Stan is the Stan, the center, where the Di, the Hin. So also an offer system has been existing according to sound system. Yeah. The Gati people was meeting each other in the offer node and offered to the car. And the car is going to the Kapeli here and offer to the Raja. And the Raja is going and offering for the Maharaja. And the Maharaja is going home to Poo his car to him the star and offering for Narkasun's reign. Now we have 10 different of these Narkasun. One is King, one is Narkasun, one is Sultan, one is Suleiman. So we call 10 different tropical races of people who are Arctic, tropical people, 10 tropical races with the theory, the system of Nargasul, Maharaja, Raja, Kar, and Kat. Paradise at time started 50 million, 10,008 years ago. So we get 10 tropical races with 10 tropical prickheads of the men. So if you go in the sauna with one Chinese, you can see he's built completely different. His hut on the Onlon is completely different than one from Hindustan. And if you go to see one Turkish guy in his trousers, he looks completely different than one Necros. So we can figure out in the history these races from the prickhead of these men, because they are different. Now, inside in Outland is. Out means old, land means land, and is means the ice. Outland is per I earth. Outland is period. Is one uden thing. It's the article. The article word started with the ice who become one calotte on the top of the planet. And in the same time, we get one golf, like the golf ball today. One stream go to the English Channel, to the Gulf of Norway, Oslo, and down to Germany and reborn into the Gulf of Finland. And in this Gulf of Finland, this Gulf stream started to make one rosette of hot water, who create one hole in the ice, and possibly for us people to stay in 50 million years without to have any contact with the 10 tropical places. The Arctical people we created with our blue and green eyes, with our blonde hair, in one period of 50 million inside in the ice. Where the fire for us became number one. The fire has always been number one, is one part of Uden, because with fire we can heat up water, and with hot water we can take out the mahla from the leaf. And without the mahla from the leaf we couldn't exist in the paradise time. So without fire we couldn't take out the mahla. So of course fire is number one. And especially inside in the Outlands, the fire become the one. And there we get one house called Saab, P, R, and T. Savupirti. And Savupirti is one square box with one hole in the roof, one hole in the wall, and one door. And in the middle of this room is the fireplace, the heart, Hemmet's heart. And around this fire we was living, and we started to grow because we get a new kind of nature gift called pine tree. And the pine tree is dying by itself after 300 years or 200 years, and every time one pine tree dies, it's leaved with ma, earth, jord here. Because this planet was before only bedrock, sand and water, but later on this jord has been arriving. When the tree is dying or the leaf is falling down, it got more of this ma. And now we could be viljelijä. We could grow the ma inside in Altland East period. When the paradise time we was eating only fruit, and have bread, we must have been having the seed of the bread, but not so much as we had to create in one cold climate inside in the Outlands. We get the domestic animals, the klövdjur, the pig, the sheep, the cow, the chicken, and they are all Arctical animals. Because today you can put up one chicken, one cow, one pig, and one sheep in the Arctical Lapinmaa today, and there is 30-degree cold in the winter, and in the spring, if this animal still is there, they are all Arctical. But if you put one giraffe there, he will die for sure. So you are sure that giraffe is tropical. So now this domestic animal is made for us to eat. What was completely new thing here in this, they never heard about such a thing in the tropical. So to eat meat, it has been created in one period of Outlandish. The Outlandish period was going on in 50 million, and after 50 million years, 10,008 years ago, the Gulf Stream had been eating on the Norwegian coast. So now when the North Sea become opened, and when the North Sea and the fastland opened 10,008 years ago, the whole ice started to roll, and it rolled and took all these stones with them, so they become round stones called hiden kirnu in Van language, grytor in root language. When all these stones roll with this mass of ice over Outland, he smashed it, and all the stones go to Estonia. And on Estonia is still all these round stones from that, what happened 10,008 years ago. But 10,008 years ago, Raphael and Sarah, with the 7 daughters and 7 sons, had gone to Bockland. And Bockland is today called Gotland, Goatland, with Lummelunda, Grottor, and inside in Lummelunda, there these people could go with their domestic animal and their seed. And from there start the story about 1,000-year period of when we was living in Gotland and Öland, the Arctical people. And from 9,008 years ago, Ukko-Akka, Lemminkäinen-Joutsen, Seppo-Maija is moving back to Uudenmaa, to the new building called Raasepuri, what was ready for the winter, because it was winter castle, what still exists in Finland, who was ready already 9,008 years ago, when the 9,008 years ago, when the family was moving back to Uudenmaa. But same time, 2 boys, one called Sven, and the other one called Dan, they moved over to the west, and Sven, he became king in Uppsala, and Dan, he became king at Julland. And this king and queen has the same system as the 10 tropical races. The first son of Sven become crown prince. The second, third, fourth, fifth become hertig. Hertig av Norrmannaland, hertig av Södermannaland, hertig av Östgötaland, etc., etc. And every hertig, what is the son from the king's sperm, get one hertigdöme. In the hertigdöme, this hertig is making the jarl woman pregnant, coming out jarl boys and jarl girls. The jarl men is making the car woman pregnant, coming out car girls and car boys. And the car men is making the trail woman pregnant and coming out trail girls and trail boys. Exactly in the same system, with the same language as from Uudenmaa. Referred over with Sven and Dan, who become like svenskarar and danskarar with the language from Uudenmaa, who created one 12 system language outside of Uudenmaa. The 10 system language is the Vanar, living from Torneo to the border of China, Peking, to the border of Narkasul, and to the border of Sultan. This is the Sultan, Narkasul, and Peking are the border to the Piruet, Ruset, Jarlet, Karlet, and Trelet people after the ice time. When Sven and Dan is going to the west and creating very quickly the island group outside of Norway to be one culture. With the Arctical people, with the same language root as the root language we communicate on this tape at the moment, is a language called English, Enrique language, what is created outside of Norway on one island group about 9,000 years ago. That's the people from Sven. The people from Dan become the Middle Europe. So the Middle Europe people is mostly with blue and green eyes, Arctical people, original from Outlandies, going out to Bockland, Öland become Sven and Dan's sperm lines with king and hertigdömen with Jarlet, Karlet and Trelet. Same in Sven and Dan going out to the west and populating also with the same system the island group outside of Norway with two king, one from the line of Sven and one from the Dan, who also is making children. Now, two different children maker kings existed on the islands outside of Norway. Now, when you see this, that we have now 3 arctical, et, and 10 tropical, et. Now all the tropical 10 has different brick heads. And also the 3 arctical has different. So if I go in sauna in Russia, we look exactly the same, this mushroom form. But if you go here, it's not a spool form. It's completely different. So from there, I can go in one sauna with British people and I can look and see how one of them coming from Sven and they are coming from Dan and I come from myself. The year 862, one man called Rurik created one et more called Linga et. The et from Sven in Uppsala was called Ynglinga et. And 862, Ynglinga et divided in one sideline called Linga et. With king system, 862. The year 987, Nordarike Rusland become Greek Orthodox. With the head, the Sultan in Constantinople as the head. With the written system, the same as going out from Rome, who 1008, the Swedish king, become crowned by the bishop. And that result was that the trail people making children with the trail people, the car people making children with the car people, and the young people making children with the young people. And with the religion, this whole old heathen system of Allfather was away. 987 in Russia and 1008 in Sweden. But up to 1050 in Finland, we had one Allfather. We had one man who could say, I am the father to all the Finnish people who live between Tornio River and the Vane River Neva. Up to 1050 in Finnish history. We was the last. 1050 become attacked 24/7, 1050 by one Swiss army led plant by the Poles. And they destroyed Udenmaa 1050 and Sepoimaya, Ukoaka. They escaped to one place called Korvatunturi. And in Korvatunturi they become very, very famous because they go around with one sled with 8 reindeers. And he was the father, Christ, Mess, Baba, Natal. Babu means father. Père means also father, like Père Noël in France. And Diet Maros in Russia. This man, this Ukko, in this mythology, he is the man with the red and white top hat, who everybody knows going around with 8 reindeers in Lapinmaa, who get over 500,000 letters every year from people on the planet sending to him. He is the Allfather from Freya. He is the main figure, and still he is the most pictured figure on the planet. I think that we have been having one beautiful girl before. It is women who could give order to the men, and the man was doing all his duty. In that way, yes, with the woman, she had the whole, she had the representing the Sarasat. And in that way, she created this need to the right to give order to the men to create law. And when there come all these flowers and everything, because if you have some men, you want to make nice clothes because you need flowers. Of course it comes flowers. And when we lost this, we have no woman at all anymore. Because today, if you see this person who lives his life in his little box on the balcony, and after that he goes to this daily home with his Mickey Mouse pictures on the wall, and this woman doing something in the corner, making chocolate. And when it's raining, they are lifting them up with their plastic dresses. And after they go to school, and the same school, before they had girls' schools and boys' schools, they had to teach what was without children, because she was giving everything to the children. She was teaching all. So one teacher had not even right to be modern. And the woman teacher was teaching the women to be women. The men teacher was usually in the boys' school, making them to be men. And of course, this mathematics and everything, the distance become on the men's side. So in the end, when everything become money, it the money created that the woman wanted to have same education as the man and do the same. So now they took over the man's side in the democracy and get the right to do the men thing. Before the woman had their thing to do and the men had their thing to do, and they need each other very much. Of course. If the woman had their thing to do and the men had their thing to do in the system, they would need each other because they did different things. But today we've been creating that we only do like one side, and the female side doesn't exist. I mean, Finland has already 45% of all women are transvestites. Symbolisera, symbolisoida. It sounds to be something. Of course, we can say the symbol of the big sperm tree, we find that to be very symbolical, of course, that we have all sperm on the planet is one oak tree. And this oak tree has all the brickheads of all the men on the planet. So this becomes the oak tree. And in that way we can also understand it as a big tree, and we could also offer from the lowest class up to the brain. So in one concentrat of all people on the planet, he had anyway ukko been drink. So what kind of water in the end he really drink there in the paradise? It was anyway one concentrat of all people's sperm on the planet. But now outside of the sperm we have the mahla. And mahla is Saar. S-A and V. Saar. In Finland you can put one E more and you get one Saavi. And that's one place you put water in today. In one Saar. So it's one place for water. But Saar is inside in the leaf. And leaf means also life. So now we have two kinds of leaves. We have one leaf called blood and the other leaf called löv. En löv is så lövtunn, så lövtinn, that the sun strålar go through the leaf, and now the strålar of the sun go also through the liquid inside, in the leaf, livmoder. What is that in one language? Livmoder.
Kohtu.
Once more.
Kohtu.
More.
Kohtu.
Kohtu. So kohtu is livmoder. So now sav, S-A-V, is one liquid you can take out only with fire. And you can put this sav in one vase for the sav, or one sav in the vase. In one language called vase, vasi, in root vase, and in English vase. So vase is for the sav. We have in Sweden something called vas a kärven, what was used in the Gustav III time. Vas a kärven, what means the same like one bunch of straw with a seed. Vas. So sav has one contact with the straw larva from the sun, and also the straw larva go on one frö, and the frö come up one grud, and the grud come one straw, and the seed, the frö, from the straw and the fröhus, the frö house, is making new frö for to put down one frö, come up one grud, and the sun strålar is making this grud to be one straw, and the straw has one head, the seed. So in the straw, we have also one straw bock, what is the symbol of lemminkäinen. The straw bock, the olki pukki in one language, is the symbol of lemminkäinen Balder, the straw. He is also representing the sun, like Ukko and Akko. So sav, vas. And sav and vas is also called, sav is called ma, ho, and la. Ma is Asana's måne, what has to do with Maya. Ma, Asana's måne. And like ma, ha, Asana's hell. Ma, ha, ma, ha, ma, la. Asana's la. Together, thing. Ma, ho, a, la, mahla. So is a and ho is hell, and akka is a. And now mahla is also the wetness inside in the feet, who is very, very important. And I take it the story only because I want to take it, that we men has one hammar of Thor, one Thor's hammar, and the woman has one kli Thor, S, ubicum, ocum, clitoris, and that's one word that exists in every language on the planet, that they have not been changing. They can have some nickname for it in some language, but usually it's clitoris. There's such an inside name, they have not been changing. Our Thor's hammer is changed in every language, but the clitoris is the same if you ask one Chinese or one Red Indian from America. They have inside same thing. And this is the most sensitive part of the woman, like the neck of the man. And the neck rose, and from the rose comes the sperm. So the neck is the sensitive part of the man, and the clitor, E-S, cli means that you scratch. And you scratch the tour, and the E is, can also be the porkana. The E can be anyway, that's what made, that's it makes the effect to become wet. And this wetness could also be offered for akka. And in that way, it must have to do something with the female brain also. Otherwise, there is no motivation. So now, if you see that Ukko, in the symbolic, he has one crown with 3 oak leaves in his ring. He has one ring around his head, like hat, with 3 oak. So he is the oak's crown. Ukko has the crown of the oak. Because the oak is all sperm on the planet, and he has all these sperms crown with oak leaf. So in that way, the crown is very symbolic. You can also, of course, make one of gold and put it on the head. But the crown is to understand as one crown of one tree. The same like Seepuu also has one crown. The crown of Seepuu, Udenspåle See. And in that way, also Maya should be crowned. And she is offering for her mother Akka. In the same way as Seppo is offering for his father Ukko. In this offering system. So it should be exactly equal how the system has gone. And in this Maho L.A. says the whole thing. It means the female wetness, the Mahava. Not only the livmoder, löv, strålar through the löv. Because Seppo has lagerkrans. And lager is blood. So he has nothing to do with the Mahava at all. Seppo. That show it because they put one krans of lager who has no Mahava, that he has nothing to do with the Mahava at all. Seppo. It's only Maya, the Mahava. Otherwise they shouldn't have these 2 leaves, löv och blad. So, Seppo. We have another language group who go from Ars, hell. So we have Ars, hell. Hell is the center of Udenma, and they live the Ars. So there is Ars, hell with the Ars language, who is 112 system language, when the Van language is 110 system language. And now from the Ars, hell, to hell Ars, is we were going one me, ri, ti, an line. Me ekensmåne, ri is ra, me ri di is di, meridian line. And on the other side of this meridian line comes one culture called Hellas, with the center of Creta. And now Kreta has East and West Kreta in same way as we have East and West Udenma. And East and West Udenma is also the line who go up to the North Pole, down and through East-West Kreta up to East-West Udenma. So that was the old Meridian line before it became removed to England, 1675. It became Greenwich outside of London. So this line was crossing Udenma before and crossing also Kreta, the center of Hellas. So Hellas to Ashel and Ashel to Hellas. And now they make there one architecture who later on become Pompeii. So Pompeii is built in Hellas classical architecture. And in that way, this Hellas language come to be one Roman-based language called Latin. So when Jupiter is going over to Rome and Zeus is going over to Istanbul, Jupiter, from there comes St. Peter's Church with the writing system, who went out when before the old system was broke, they make one writing system where the Pope in Rome is writing one letter every week, duplicated by his monks, is sent it to all archbishops on the planet. The archbishop is duplicating the letter from Pope and sending it to the all bishops. And the bishop sent it to the vicars and the vicar to the priest. And in Finland from 1500 up to 1523, we had to listening, or 27, we had to listening to the Pope's letter every week in the church. So it was like 10 o'clock news at that time. The people who had right to go to the church could hear one letter who had been written in Rome, gone up to from the bishop to the from archbishop, bishop, vicar to the priest. And this language was Latin. So all the priests had to learn the Latin to could translate in their brain to Finnish language for the Finnish people to listen. And all other people outside of the caste of the Pope was killed who could write and read. So Shakespeare could never have been existing in 1400. He could first exist in 1500. Because if he should have been living in 1400, they should have been killing him as one person who can write and read outside of the church caste. So in that way, the church make one monopole of writing and reading, who make one enormous interest in Finland to every Sunday go to church and listen from the last news, from the international news from Rome. And now in this Latin is existing also word who is based on root from As, hell, who gone down to Hellas. From Hellas, it has gone to the Latin language and came back in a written form to Finland. Not absolute, but many parts, it's straight root, what we present today in a form of Latin. And when we see that Zeus and Jupiter go out, and both of them is making written system. From Jupiter comes St. Peter Church in Rome, and from Zeus come Hagia Sophia in Turkey. From Hagia Sophia is a written system who go to the all Greek Orthodox people on the planet, who also become Russia over 987. And Sweden from 1008. They introduce this writing system who make houses on the countryside to be centers as before in the church, the QRQ. Q means the prick. And we have altar E, everybody take E, altar in the church, and everybody take E, altar E. But in this E thing must be also the female witness thing, because it must have some comparisons with the book, with the car root or moor root or book. The whole E association. in all these offer system and things like that, because it's so much inside this in also the female thing. The men always see that their own machine and the spot of the whole thing. But in the associations in this system also the E is very important for the woman and also of course the children born from the E. So in the language thing, we can see that the language we speak, the English today, it go out from root, go over actually Norway to one island system outside of Norway. And from this language, this English people has been spreading it out all over the planet. So today we can sit here and speak English together. What is actually one fantastic gift from the English people who could give it to all the people on the planet so we can sit anywhere and speak English. And English is also based on pure root sound via Sven and Dan to England. Sa, u, na, su, el, sauna, sa, asna, sul, uuden, sauna, asna, snusha. Sa, asna, sul, uuden, na, asna, snusha. Sauna. Sauna solmu means for the men where from 7 years they made themselves in a knot. So in that way they can practice with themselves. Is the most egg you can come to. No, saunasolmu is something that the men have naturally inside in themselves. You can see small boys who are already like babies can barely be in a knot. And you can also see it in circus that always the man is going and doing one knot when the woman is turning her backwards and taking up the rose with her mouth. I think when the woman is turning herself backward that she is opening herself in some way. Maybe in the offer system. If we have to go more deep to, I know how you offer for the king in the system of offering, but we must have also one female part who have you offering for the queen. And the masculine part is we have one poo, udenspåle, di, is di, ursprungets måne. Poo, udenspåle, di, is di, ursprungets måne, podium. Podium has 3 steps up. First, A, and, Ra, tred, je. First, A, and, Ra, tred, je. Se, podium. Yeah? Over the podium is one baldachin, one round baldachin. From the round baldachin is hanging down one dra per I. When the drapery is down, the whole podium with the drapery and the baldachin is one Ko, R. Vaan kur. Ku is orden skarar and R is ra. Vaan kur. So one core is something you can be inside, but you can look out from the core through the hole in the drapery. Inside in the core is one true, what means believe. And when you put the North Star after the true, you come to one tron. And one tron stol. And in the middle of the podium, under the baldakin, inside of the draperi, is one tro en stol vid one fotpall. Now the king is sitting on his throne, and the boy who offering, he is going to stand on the fotpall. So he is in the right position to offer his burn to the king. This is 100% in the sound system with podium, first A, andra, tredje, tro, en, nordstjärna, stol, fotpall, baldakin, dra i hand. When the man take out in the sperm, he said, dra i hand. And it came out, dra i, and you offer also for per. And they have still these two tofsar. So when you take down the tofsar, the drapery go down, so they in one completely two people make this offer thing by themselves. And when the offer thing is over, they only pull the drapery, it go up and everybody can see the background of the drapery, the baldakin, the tronstol, and the pall, or the fotstol. Vid 1, 2, 3, först A, andra, tredje, or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. E ra, se, pu, ri, tu, na. Tu, na. One, na, two, na. 1, 2, 3. 1, piruet, ruuset, jaalet, kaanet, treelet. 1, 2, na. Tuna, kullen, tuna. Snapper, tuna. Tuna sjön, Karsberget, Ra, se, pu, ri, Rasepuri. Tuna, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. First A, andra, tredje. In that way, the sound system is telling exact the offering system, how it was based on the sound. So it must be the same on the female side. When they are changing sperm, the men, they go in one baldakin bed with 4 pillars, who has one baldakin and drapery. Same kind of bed as they also make children in. One baldakin bed was for children making. Up to a few generations ago, you had the baldakin bed up on the attic, and when it was time to make children, they took it down and they make all these things. You can still see it here in India, where these beds is existing, who was made for to make children, but not in the daily sleeping, only for such a nice ceremony. Ceremony. Yeah. Who is kvinna? And kvinna has to do with mathematics. And if you see in the nature that it was the woman who had to count how much the men had to grow for them to get food on the table. So the men he had not so much need of mathematics. Also the stars was handled by the woman. When one man makes children, his first child who born from his sperm get one star in one star system. We have different Milky Way or whatever called. So the first child who born from the sperm get the first star, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, etc., etc. So now this boy, when he's born maybe 5 girls or 6 boys. So they all was in that star system. So we could go out and look stars before, and you could look your own star because you could see it between your sister and brother's star. Exactly. You could also look your grandmother's star, your grandfather's star, your uncles, your aunts, your sisters, your brothers. So in that way we looked it in form of one almanac. Somebody died from the family, we could see it in the star because there was anyway one star still there with that person between had been dying. Also when the children born, it was the woman who put out the date and the time when the child came out. For that there's known about this old crystal ball. The crystal ball is one crystal, crystal. And crystal is very funny because crystal mottagare means one radio of one crystal. So the crystal by itself is one natural phenomenon. You can even make the first radio with one crystal, and it's only the crystal and some other thing, and you can listen to music with no electricity. So that proves anyway that this sound waves, what we have today, is one natural thing used already in the crystal, with the crystal. The crystal ball has one prisma, and the prisma is one thing inside in the crystal. The prisma is dividing the light. So in around the prisma, they make this crystal to be completely round, like one round ball, and in the middle of this round ball is the prisma. Now this prisma is dividing the light. So in the night, they could go in one dark room when the child had been born, and with one candle light, when the light goes through this ball, come into this prisma, the light is divided like the stars. So now in this division of these lights going out from the prisma, they could see in what way in the astrology this child was born. Finland, we have in the summertime light day and night. So in Finland, the sun's light is nearly 24 hours, giving the light to the people who live up there. And the opposite, in the winter time, we have no light. Only 2 hours a day we can see to read. The rest we must use electricity. If we see that this light in the mythology is very high, and if we see to the Nordic mythology, we have number one is the sun. And the stroller from the sun means the rays who is giving out the light. So we have light here on the planet. So this light was coming from Oden, what we call it in the north. And this Oden, this sun, give light for us via the stroller. Number two of light is the light of the thunder, what we call salama in Finland. And from this salama also coming one light with stroller. And in the north we can't live without fire, because fire gives us the heat and the light. So in the north we can understand that fire belongs to number one. Now the sun stroller is coming down here to our planet and become taken by what we call blood and löv. We have tree, we have leaf tree, and leaf tree means löv, träd. Löv is the leaf, and träd is the träd. But we have another leaf called blood, lagerblad, example. And lagerblad is so thick, so the sun stroller doesn't go through the lagerblad, but the sun stroller go through the löv. The löv tunn, liv thin, löv. Löwe means the lion in German language. Now, we have also one löv with 7 points. It's not only 7, but it's always painted with 7. The ganga leaf, the marijuana leaf, or what we call the ham leaf or hampu leaf. Leaf, hampu leaf or hamp. We have 2 languages in the north, and one of them, these 2 Finnish languages, is called hamp, and in the other one called hampu. These 2 words is the key, actually, to this thing. Inside in the hampu leaf is something we call mahla, what is the wetness, the damp wetness inside in the löv, in the leaf. And this wetness is coming from the ground, through the root, through the stem, through the branch, up into the leaf. And when the sun stroller go through the leaf, this mahla get contact with Oden, with the stroller of Oden. And in that way, we are smoking it in one pea poo. Pea poo means in English pipe. The people on the island group outside of Norway, the English people who live there, they call it pipe. I Odenmaa, the center or administrative center of Finland, we call it pipa. But in the Van language, what is the key language for this language, they call it pi and poo. Poo is one material. We can have oak poo, we can have birch poo. So poo means tree as material. So from poo we can do all kind of things. We can have poo furniture, we can have one poo bed, and we can have poo floor. Now the P means one circle. P is one circle in the mathematics, and P is also the association with one round circle. And when you have the round circle and the material poo, wood, tree, so become one round wood thing with one circle. This poo we call hampu pipu, hampu pipu. And hampu pipu has always the hole in the bottom. So is the round ring, the circle, of wood of poo with one hole in the bottom, from where it go out something we call snugi in Finland, means this little bit in one S formed when you put that and take the smoke. We have two kind of poo in Finland. We have one called ukko poo and one called tupa akka poo. The tupa akka poo has the hole from the side, like most of the mice pipe we have today. They are all female, because the hole is from the side. Is same thing, one circle, one P, the material poo, but now the hole is coming from the side, so that become one tupa akka poo. And the masculine pipe has the hole in the bottom, and is called ukko poo. These two names come from the Finnish mythology. We have ukko and akka, and we have Lemminkäinen and Joutsen and Seppo and Maija in our mythology, and from the highest of them is ukko and akka, where the word tupa akka poo and ukko poo come from. Now we are smoking this tupa akka poo and the ukko poo for the highest man and the highest woman in our mythology. If we compare it to Hindi and mythology, we can also see it here in India, that here the Hindi people is smoking for Shiva. And Shiva is also the highest. We don't know anything about Parvati pipes in India, but what we smoke for Shiva is called chilum, cielo. And it has also the hole in the bottom, where we take the smoke from, in the same principle as the ukko poo in Finland, and in the same hole in the bottom is also the chilum. The effect of this sun strålar going through leaf of that tree is that when we smoke in the smoke, it goes in our lungs. And from the lung, it's going to the blood. And when the pump is pumping around the blood is passing the brain. And when the blood is passing the brain, the blood use this nature thing as petrol for the brain. We can see it in all smoking also with people who smoke cigarettes. That when they meet each other and want to speak, they need a little bit petrol for the brain and they put one cigarette on. We can see people who smoke BD, especially people who is in the handicraft, how between they have been doing something and want to realize how they make the next step in their work, they must take one BD between. One petrol for the brain. If we see in Finland, we have something called Alderman Process. Is the president of the older men. And in hundreds of years, we have 12 aldermen and one alderman process. And all of them had the tradition to smoke for ukko before the decision. And if we compare here in Hindustan, in India, and we know that the Maharajas before, who was really respected the nature from years behind, also smoked their hubble bubble before they made their decision. To respect the nature, when we smoke one pipe or one chillum, is 100% nature, the whole thing. And sometimes we question if charas is one drug or not. And in the principle, we can see that if we take the example, one grape, and also this fruit grape has been gone through the stroller from the sun and become a very good taste on the fruit. From the grape, we can make wine. And inside in the wine is alcohol. And this alcohol in the wine is pure nature. But if we take separate the alcohol and we serve the alcohol, this is called concentrated nature. So in my country we are doing from potatoes and all kind of seed, also alcohol, but it's different than this made from the grape who become the wine. And the wine has natural alcohol, but if we distillate this and we take out the alcohol and we serve it in alcohol, it's concentrated nature. Now we can also see that we had before mushrooms, what was also made in the same way as the female was taking out their mahava from the leaf, who also the sun stroller had gone through. We have many stories from before how the woman was respecting the mahava from inside of the leaf, the löv. And from the fire, we can heat up water to boiling point, would also make the fire to be a very high respected nature gift for us people. Nobody else is using the fire. Only we people get good from fire. And the goodness is that we can heat up the water and we can put in the leaf with the mava inside. And when this leaf come in contact with the hot water, the mala is going out from the leaf into the water. And after you can throw away the leaf without mala. And this we called te or tea. special female it was very important before this tea or tea. It was produced and made in beautiful cups and samovar who was shining of beautiful metal in silver, even golden samovar existed in the north for to make the tea service, beauty and aesthetic. The tea is going in the stomach, and from the stomach the power from the tea go into blood. And when the pump is pumping around the blood pass the brain, and the brain is using the mala from the leaf, from the tea, as petrol for the brain. In same way, we could also use different mushrooms. We have mushrooms called Carl Johan mushroom, who've been getting the form from the word Carl and Johan. And the mushroom Carl Johan we can eat, but we have many we can't eat. We can only put them in hot water, heated up by fire. Put them in the water, and the power from the mushroom is going into the water. And you can throw away the mushroom and drink the water. The water go in your stomach to your blood, and the pump is pumping your blood, and the blood is passing your brain, and the brain is taking in this power as petrol for the brain. There is many things in the nature what really was made for us to use and understand, what we today has been starting to use every day, like alcohol. From the mushroom, we can today concentrate the same power as from the mushroom, and they can make one pill. And this pill is concentrated nature and can be classified in the same as alcohol. The pill, the powder, the tablet are all nature, but they are all concentrated nature comparisons with alcohol, who is served as alcohol, not from the grape, who the stroller of the sun had got through. In Finland, we have been living around the fire in the winters before we get the central heating. And we was living in something called savupirtti, what means smoke pot. House where the fire is in the middle and the hole in the roof and one hole in the wall and one door. And in these circumstances we were spending 4 months of ice around us, and we get only the light and the heat from the fire. And in that time we was all smoking our tobacco people and our ukko people. And our culture of smoking in Finland was coming up to last century, where Finland was at that time a part of Russia, and Russia had one war with the Turkish. And now in the tropical part of the world planet, we have something called opium. Opium. And opium is coming from one flower, one valmo, or one nature thing would make that when we smoke opium, we fall to sleep. And in the tropical, we have so hot in the daytime, so the people have to sleep in middle of the day. People in the tropical get up early in the morning when the sun rises and they get light to do their daily thing. And in the middle of the day, they need to sleep. And after this hottest time in the daytime, they get up and they open their shop. This siesta. And for that, it has been created, this opium, what was existing in many hundreds of years in all towns in the south, where people went to the opium, smoked it, slept, and get up in the afternoon to go to open their shop. But in Finland, in the north, we have no opium culture at all, because we don't need to sleep in the daytime. We have very short days, especially in winter, spring, and autumn. So we have to do our daily thing from the sun go up to the sun go down. In last century, when our officers in Finland had to go to Turkey, they had been getting something called opium. And they come home after the war up to the north, and our people started to wonder, what are they smoking in their pipe? Who make them to fall to sleep? And that created the first negative, what has been created in the north about smoking. Before, all smoking was accepted, but after this Turkish-Russian war, up was coming opium to Finland, and we was getting the first negative for our culture, smoking of sleeping. Smoke. In last century, we get in something completely new to Finland called papyrus. And papyrus means that around the tobacco, they be making one paper, what we call cigarette today. And this paper is made from pine tree. Now we have two kinds of trees. We have a leaf tree, and inside in the leaf tree is this mahla, we call it. But after we have the pine tree, and inside in pine tree is no mahla. Inside in the pine tree is tar. And this tar we use in Finland, especially when we want to make tar on our houses and on our boats. So we need it for the boat special. If we prepare the wood of the boat with tar, the boat is reaching much many years than without tar. So tar was very important. When the English was making their fleet to conquer the world, they could never have been conquered the world without the Finnish tar. Finland was exporting the tar to England, and they built their fleet they conquered the world with. Because in England they have no tar, no pine tree for to start to make it for tar for the boat. They have to import all tar to England. And in Finland we had many coast towns who get ordered that now we have to export the tar to England. And thousands of people was ordering to come to something we call miilu. And miilu means where you heat up one piece of pine tree so hot that the pine is started to sipper out from the wood. And that's called tar. Now the paper of the cigarette is made from tar wood, pine wood. So inside is the tar in the paper, and in the leaf, like the tobacco, is the mahla. The mahla called nicotine. Nico, nick, neck, sant, neck, class, sant, nick, neck, nicotine. Nicotine is the mahla and the tar come from the face. So now, when we was exporting this tar from Finland to England, these men took their small boys with them to their job. And all of them died when they was 30, 35. They knew it when they went to that kind of job because they took in this tar and they get the cancer, the same sickness as later on spread out from the paper of the cigarette.